Hey guys, welcome to the Trophy Life podcast. I'm your host, Tara Smith. From beauty to wellness, wife life, motherhood, and everything feminine in between, the Trophy Life podcast is a place where you can feel inspired and empowered and ultimately create the life that you desire and deserve. It's hot to romanticize your life, so grab a mocktail or your favorite cozy beverage and let's get into it. Hello guys, welcome to today's episode. I'm as you can see, very over the moon excited about today's episode because we're going to be chatting about one of my favorite things in the entire world, which is romanticizing your life. It's honestly the inspiration of how I came up with Trophy Life, this podcast. I am just obsessed with channeling your feminine energy and being extra and just going the extra mile for yourself and other people. I'm obsessed with it. So, before we get into today's episode, I want to share with you my top 5 favorites for the new year so far. So either things I've tried in the new year or I've been into recently. So the first thing I have on here is Barefoot Dreams socks. I'm not wearing any right now, but I wish I was. I only have one pair, and Colby actually steals them from me all the time because he's like, these are so comfortable. And I'm like, I know, that's why I asked for them for Christmas last year, and I should have got him some for Christmas, honestly, because he is obsessed with them, and I don't blame him. It's like wearing a cozy blanket on your feet. They're the best. That I've tried like dupes and other brands, and honestly, nothing hits the same. Their fabric that they use is unmatched. It's that simple. Okay, my next favorite thing is magnesium salt baths. There is this brand of salt, and you know what? I'm going to pull up my Amazon so I can tell you the exact brand. It's on my Amazon storefront. If you want to check that out, then do that. Okay, but it is the Ancient Minerals Magnesium Bath Flakes, and oh my gosh, I love this stuff. Whenever I take a bath at night and I use this magnesium soak, I sleep so much better. And so does Colby. And Colby sometimes has troubles like sleeping and stuff. But it is the coziest, oh my gosh, bath. And I'll light a candle or two. I always light a non-toxic candle, by the way. And I'll light one and I'll just be like loving my life. And I did it when I was pregnant. I would always take magnesium baths because magnesium is so great when you're pregnant. And sometimes it's a little hard to sleep, if you know what I mean. So if you're pregnant or if you're postpartum, oh my gosh, take those baths, girl. Okay? They are incredible and you just can't ever go wrong. And this baths soak stuff is so good. I actually bought the smaller bag at first and then I invested in the big bag. And next time I think I'm going to buy the entire massive bucket because now Colby and I are going through that stuff so fast because we're both just obsessed. Okay, third favorite so far of the new year is playing video games with my hubby. Colby and I started playing Marvel Rivals. Okay, we both love everything Marvel related. I know it's kind of nerdy, but we love it. It's something like as a couple that we just love to do. Colby's way more into it than I am in the sense where like he watches like every show that they come out with, all that kind of stuff, where I'll like watch something if I like want to, but he also just like always keeps me up to date on everything. So I always know what's going on. And this video game, oh my gosh, it's so fun. If you are a girl who gets annoyed with your boyfriend or your husband playing video games, why tell them to stop when you could just play with them? Practice whatever game your boyfriend plays. That's literally what I did. And then I ended up making a career out of streaming video games. But no, honestly, it's just so fun. And I feel like girls hate on video games where I'm like, trust me, if you played Fortnite or Marvel Rivals and you got good at it, you would also be obsessed. Okay, video games do not have a gender. And I know there's always like a stereotypical type to them, but honestly, they are so freaking fun. And Marvel Rivals is incredible. It might be my favorite like first person shooter game ever. It's so fun. Actually, I don't even know it's considered FPS now that I'm thinking about it. Anyways, you can play as like all the Marvel characters and they're continuing to come out with new characters. It is so much fun. And I feel like it's a very hyped up game. Like if your boyfriend or husband plays video games, I guarantee you they've heard about it. So if you went up to them and be like, can we play Marvel Rivals together, babe? They'd be like, yes, wait, what? What are you talking about? So I've been loving doing that. It's been so fun. Another very random thing that I've been doing recently, and I don't regret it at all, because I've been watching this show since I was like 15 or no, I think since I was like 12 actually. And that is, I've been rewatching Keeping Up with the Kardashians and the Kardashians, the one that's new on Hulu, because I can't find Keeping Up, and I'm just like, whatever. I've just been rewatching it, but I do kind of want to go back and rewatch Keeping Up because I'm obsessed. Okay, no, I can't get into any other reality show. And I know everyone's obsessed with the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, but I know a lot of the girls on that show, and I just can't watch a show that I know a lot of the girls on. Like I can't do it because anyways. So I'm just sticking with my Kardashians, and I just rewatch stuff. I love rewatching things. It's like one of my favorite things to do ever. So it's not, it's not hard for me. And the other one, I haven't actually picked up my puppy yet, but I'm forecasting this, that I'm going to be obsessed with her. And my fifth thing is that I'm obsessed with our new puppy, even though I'm sure the puppy phase is so hard. And honestly, I'm really curious to see if I think it's harder than a newborn, because I think it will be. Because here's the thing, newborns, they can't move. They're not mobile. Their teething is not like, it doesn't get blood all over your house. They're not like literally like gremlins, low-key. Newborns are just so freaking cute. And they're so innocent and just perfect. And you just soak up the newborn stage. Anyways, so I'm excited for a new puppy. Am I a little scared? A little. I'm a little nervous. But I'm mostly just really excited because what's not to love about a puppy? And a Shiba Inu puppy, her name's Luna, by the way. I talked about her in my last episode. If you haven't listened to that, go listen to that episode. Is like towards the end, the second half of the episode, after I did like a miscarriage update, health update, emotional, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, I'm obsessed with her. Okay, she's perfect. She's the sweetest, and I love her. Okay, now we're going to talk about ways to romanticize your life. So I have curated a list of a lot of things that I think will help you romanticize your life. And before we even, get into talking about those things, I'm going to tell you why I think it's important to romanticize your life. We're just going to talk about it and what even is it? So basically, romanticizing your life is obviously what it sounds like. It's just small little things that you can do to make everyday life more enjoyable, more fun, more sexy, more cool. It's just the best. I think I already said more enjoyable. And these are all things that I will do if I'm ever, especially if I'm just like, I just want that feeling of being like that girl. I will do a lot of the things on here. And a lot of them you'll notice are kind of like more self-care motivated or themed. And I think that that's so freaking cool because I feel like so many women, so many of us just need, like, we can't ever get enough self-care. You know what I mean? And it's cool, especially when it's just like very simple things. You're not having to spend like hundreds of dollars to go get a facial or something like that. Obviously you can. But anyways, I'm just really excited. And I think it's very important to me personally because I've just noticed for myself and for women in my life that it's something that we all need, and it sparks so much happiness in your soul and it makes you feel so good about yourself. I swear it like feeds your self-worth and your self-confidence, because when you spend time on yourself, I'm telling you, you will over time just be full of so much confidence, and your self-worth will go up, like I was saying, because nothing is better than doing something for yourself. And you can also do things for other people to do things for yourself too, but we'll get into that. So the first thing I have on my list is having a morning ritual. I've kind of liked the word ritual over routine, and the reason why I like ritual more is because it just sounds more fun. It sounds sexier, and that's what we're doing. We're romanticizing our life. So I'm gonna actually, here, I'll pull up my morning routine and I'll tell you. I just switched it. So it's not like a habit for me yet. But I will tell you what mine is. Let me pull it up. So the first thing that I do is I do a meditation, and I've been doing the Headspace anxiety meditation because your girl's been a little bit anxious. And I think it got worse when I went through my miscarriage because I was just like Googling and like chat GBTing everything and blah, blah, blah. And so that's something. Mindfulness is a huge goal for me this year. Like I want my anxiety, she needs to leave. She needs to hit the hay. She needs to hit the freaking road. She's not welcome here. The next thing on my list is prayer. So whatever religion you are, and it could just be, again, a moment of stillness if you're not religious, but for me, I absolutely love praying. I think it's so beautiful. I think there's so much power in it. That's the next thing I do. And then I will study my scriptures, and I've been obsessed with having a journal scripture. Like it's like a Book of Mormon, but it's like a journal edition. So there's like empty sections on the sides, and you can just like write in whatever you're feeling from each, verse that you're reading. And then the next thing I have is journaling. I've actually been doing this in my phone, and sometimes I kind of like doing it in the evening, to be honest. It's fun doing it during the day, but it's kind of fun to do it at night. So I've been doing it. I have just like a notes on my phone that says like journal entries, and then I just go, put in like 2 enter spaces or whatever, put the date, and then I just write whatever I want. So it's kind of fun. The next thing or last thing that I do in the morning is I review my blueprint, which if you did not listen to the New Year's episode, refer to that episode and it will kind of help give you an idea of what that is. I'm not going to go into that because it would just take like 10 minutes to explain everything, but it's basically I'm reviewing my purpose and then the very kind of like the specific goals that I have for the new year, which are also on my wallpaper. My phone's on sleep mode, but it's also on my wallpaper. There's something in the middle that I don't want you to see, so I've tied it, but it was the reel that I made. Anyways, okay, so the next thing I have on here, which I just talked about, is baths. Like I was saying, I already kind of said what I wanted to say about baths, but there is something so feminine about putting on a face mask. You take off your makeup, put on a face mask, you can get a little cup of tea, or you can just literally put on a YouTube video and sit in the bath and soak up the magnesium. You could put on a high frequency playlist. I love 528 hertz on Spotify, just like high frequency vibey like sounds. Oh my gosh, it's like healing for the soul. I'm obsessed with it. So that's kind of in my bath routine. And then I always turn on a red light. I have like this little red light plug-in night light in my bathroom. So that's on. And then I have 2 candles lit. It's heaven. It's truly heaven. It's the best. And if you're not really like a bath girl, or if it grosses you out, what you could do, and I do this a lot, is I shower before and then I just get right into the bath. And it's the best. It literally feels like I'm at a spa, but it's not. I'm at home, which is honestly sometimes like your home can be even more special and more relaxing than like being at a spa. And that's my goal in life, is to be more relaxed and more at peace in my own home than anywhere else in the world. Okay. The next thing that we have on here kind of goes along with this, and that is a self-care day once a week. So I started doing this kind of consciously last year. I've kind of done it for the past few years, but last year I became really conscious of it. And that is having one dedicated day of the week where you could do your everything shower, but you could also just do like a face mask. I always shave my peach fuzz off my face, do like, the whole thing, and then I'll do a face mask after, and then usually I'll get into the bath. Sometimes it's like a little too much to do that. Oh, and then I also do my eyebrows. Sometimes it's too much to do that and washing my hair, because my hair, you girls got a lot of it, and so it's a lot to do. Like washing my hair, honestly, is like, I do that on its own on one day. But I think a self-care day is just so great, and you can make it whatever you want that to be. I like keeping mine the exact same, and I do it every Sunday. So sometimes I'll take baths more than that, or like if I need to do it during the week, then I will. But oh my gosh, it's the best. And you could also get like a little cup of tea after, like a little lymphatic drainage tea. Also, lymphatic drainage is amazing. I love dry brushing. I just get like them on Amazon, like those little dry brushes, and you just look up on Pinterest like a lymphatic system drainage, kind of chart, and it will tell you like what way to brush on your arms, and you always go up on your arms and then you push it down, then like your armpits. It's the best. Okay, next up we have creating your vision board phone wallpaper. I talked about this in the New Year's Eve episode as well, but it is the best. It is such a fun way to romanticize your life. And the reason for that is that you're doing something that's fun and girly, like Pinterest vibey, but it's so purposeful and it's so specific to you. And I used to make like actual vision boards and I never looked at them. I never saw them. I never looked at them. And that's because I'm looking at my phone more than I look at literally anything else. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, it's the reality. And as much as I wish I could be someone who would just look at a piece of paper on my wall, it's not going to do as much for me as something that I'm staring at however many times I pick up my phone a day, which is probably like 50 at least, right? Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe not 50, but a lot. So there's so much power in it. And I'm telling you, it has made such a big difference in my life, having my wallpaper as like my goals. And every time someone sees it, they're always like, that's so cool. And I don't know why more people don't do it, but the key also is you want to add in little text to like say what the photo represents for you. Unless it's your own photo, then I guess that could be fine. But okay, the next thing I have on here, and I love this. Oh my gosh, there's nothing better than this, is decluttering and cleaning out your home. There is nothing better than a fresh, clean space. It will make you feel so good. Honestly, in the moment, it kind of sucks doing it. I'm not gonna lie, because it can be emotional. It can be very overwhelming. But when you are done decluttering your home and you feel so good, you will feel like a new person. You will just be thriving, honestly. And I did this last fall and I'm going to do it again in the spring, and I'll clean out my closet. I'll clean out different parts of my home and it just feels so good. Oh my gosh, it's the best. Okay. Going kind of along with that is also reorganizing your home. And I think that this is kind of a fun one. It can be more chill. You can kind of do it like project by project, but it's such a fun way to romanticize your life and the aspect of just getting more organized and put together. Maybe you want to redo your pantry. Maybe you want to reorganize your fridge. Maybe you haven't cleaned out your freezer in a year. I don't know, whatever it is, your closet, your t-shirts, your tank tops, your swimsuits, just small little projects that you can do that kind of do declutter your life, but then also just reorganizing something so that you have more functionality to it. One thing I think probably everybody could do, probably almost any day of the week, is reorganizing under your bathroom sink. I feel like your bathroom sink and your bathroom drawers get so filled and so messy so quickly because it's just like chaotic. You're usually in a rush when you're in there. And that one I think is a good one to start with if you like want something that you could just put on a YouTube video, watch Gossip Girl, put on a podcast, put on a book. I think that one's a good one to start with. Okay. Now we're going into another really fun. I love all of these so much. They're just so great. Okay. We have habit stacking. So my favorite habit stacking kind of thing that I started doing last year was going on walks and then listening to a Joe Dispenza meditation while I do this. I've been doing Joe Dispenza meditations for like, I think since Colby and I got married, so almost 7 years. And I'm obsessed with him. I love all of his books. His books are like the only books I've ever read in like a week or less. I think, you know what? I think I actually read his second book. I think I read it in like 4 days. So they're incredible. Amazing. Love his meditations, and they're free on YouTube. So you could just go on a walk. You could type in Joe Dispenza meditations. I would probably recommend reading his book, honestly, before you do them, because you won't really know how to like utilize it the best way that you could. But just doing a meditation or even walking without your phone, incredible. So just habit stacking in general. Also, another one that could be really great to do is like cleaning the dishes and listening to an audiobook. Love it. Or just cleaning your house in general. Okay, the next thing I have on here kind of goes along with that, and that's setting your home up with cozy vibes. I haven't taken down Christmas yet because I don't want the cozy vibes to go away. And I actually think I'm going to keep up my garland in my home unless I change my mind and my cute little wreaths and then just take off like my Christmas kind of bows around them because it just brings me so much joy, honestly. And I'm just like, I'm obsessed. And then, so we have setting up your home with cozy vibes, whatever that means. If you don't know what that means for you specifically, here are my favorite things to do. So I will always play soft jazz music, specifically in the morning. My favorite playlist on Spotify is called Autumn Jazz. I think it's just called Autumn Jazz. And I think I might have it saved on my Spotify profile, but oh my gosh, it's the best. And I really like instrumental jazz, so jazz without anybody singing or just very periodic words in there, like not too much. It is the best. And then another thing that is so important to set good vibes in your house is to have yellow/warm lighting. We do not want white lights, especially not in our living spaces. There's so many, you know what? I'm going to ask chat for this. Give me the cons of having white light in your home and give me the pros of having yellow/warm lighting in your home. Because listen, you know when you walk into someone's house and it's like you literally white or blue light looks like a hospital? It's the worst. It's like you want cozy, dim, candlelit, almost like romantic lighting. It's the best. Okay, so white light, especially cool light, can make spaces feel clinical, like the hospital, similar to hospital or offices rather than cozy and inviting. You guys, I'm telling you, me and chat know. Okay, it can also disrupt sleeping patterns. Okay, that enough should be a reason. White light emits more blue wavelengths, which can interfere with melatonin production and make it harder to wind down in the evenings, potentially impacting sleep quality. Count me out. Unflattering for skin tones. Cool white lighting can wash out natural skin tones, making people look pale or tired. It strains your eyes. It's less relaxing as an ambiance, highlights imperfections, and it's not ideal for romantic or cozy settings. So, here are now the pros of having warm/yellow lighting in your home. Creates a cozy and inviting atmosphere, like I just said, you coined it. Supports better sleep. Love that because it's warm lighting, so it has less blue light. It's flattering for skin tones. Also, yes, if you have like a hot date or someone coming over or your husband, who wants to look ugly? We all want to look hot, okay? And I need to be looking good under whatever lighting I'm under. So, absolutely. Reduces eye strain. Also, side note, I'm pretty sure that blue light also, like white lights can emit headaches. Every time I'm in a house that has that, I get an immediate migraine or a headache. Okay. Yellow light also promotes relaxation. It enhances decor and textures. Incredible. Romantic and intimate vibes. Again, yes. Complements candlelight. Absolutely. And it's got a timeless appeal. It says yellow lighting feels classic and timeless, especially in homes with traditional farmhouse or rustic designs. Look, I can't see a house in which blue lighting looks better. Show me, please DM me if you can prove me wrong, because I just can't see it. I cannot see it. Okay, the next thing we have to romanticize your life. Moving on to the next one. This is my favorite thing in the entire world, and that is making Pinterest boards. Now, I kind of want to do this together, like as a little activity. I'm thinking we can do it on like TikTok Live or something because I love making Pinterest boards more than anything. And when I was pregnant, the amount of things I was pinning a month, girl, it was insane, okay? I'm just obsessed. There's nothing better, and it's such an easy way to romanticize your life. You're just like, I want to like step up my health journey. Maybe you want to get into Pilates. Go onto Pinterest and type in Pilates. Here's the key thing though. This is the key. You have to type in the word aesthetic after it, or else you'll get a bunch of ugly images if you just type in Pilates, more than likely. So type in aesthetic after. Oh my gosh, it's the best. Baking aesthetic, sourdough aesthetic, literally anything. And it will just pull up the most aesthetic photos. It's the best. And then you have a ton of photos. You can find whatever you relate with, pin it, make a cute board. You can make your wallpaper after. you get a bunch of, photos of things that your goals you're wanting to set or whatever, or you just want to do it for fun. There's like, you want to have a balance between, like, for me, I'm always making sure I have a balance of doing things just for fun and for myself. And then also when I'm like in the mindset of like, I need to set goals on something, I want to accomplish something, that's like a separate mode. But it's kind of fun sometimes to like blend them a little bit together. Just play around with it and have fun. Okay, the next thing I'm obsessed with is silk pajamas. And I actually don't like silk robes, but I like robes. But a matching PJ set. I'm sorry, is there anything sexier? I don't think so. There is nothing that makes me feel sexier than getting into my freaking warm, cozy bed, pulling up my sheets. I feel so hot in front of my husband. I feel like I have my shiz together. Like I'm like that girl when I'm in a matching silk pajama set. You can't hurt me. You can't even touch me. You can't. It's the best. I'm just like romanticizing, honestly, about that. Okay. And then when it comes to robes, my favorite robe is this specific robe. It's actually on my Shop My. Why am I forgetting? Oh, it's from Brooklinen, but it's on my Shop My under everything shower category under beauty. It is the best robe. It washes so well. It is so comfy and cozy to wear. It's like a post-shower robe. You know how you have some robes that are just like better. Hi, Nova. Oh, look, Nova's got her cone of shame on. Hi, babies. Nova had to go to the vet this week because she has really bad allergies on her paws, and they had to give her a steroid shot and some medicine. Did you eat your food yet? You're not eating your food because you're such a chicken nugget. Okay. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying. But, the robes. Yeah, this robe is like the perfect robe for post-shower. I also have this one robe from Target. It's like a Barefoot Dreams dupe. And I also love that robe. But that robe's like a morning robe. You're not wet. I don't like wearing those like soft Barefoot Dreams dupe type robes when I'm wet. Nothing could literally give me the ick more. No. We have different robes for different settings, okay? Next up, last thing on our list is hobbies. Now, I talked about this on the Trophy Life Instagram. It's a private community that I've curated for all the Trophy Life girlies. So if you're not on there, I highly recommend joining. But I was talking about hobbies and I was like asking everybody what their hobbies are. And so many people what did they actually, I can't remember people saying besides like painting and sourdough were the two big ones that I remember. But this was a few days ago. Anyways, my favorite hobby that I learned probably, I think it was in 2022. I learned I was obsessed with this, is I love to bake and then take the things that I bake to neighbors and friends and family. It usually ends up just being neighbors because, you got to get it to them fresh that day. But occasionally, if I'm seeing family, then I'll bring them a loaf of bread or I'll bring them brownies I made or something. And it is just like so fun. It is like, you feel so good. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing something for someone else. It's just the best. So I would recommend, if you don't already have a hobby that you love that just helps you zone out and you just can kind of escape and just escape your own thoughts, essentially. Because I think we all need to do that. And I think it's very healthy to do that, whether it's reality TV, playing video games, baking, cooking, painting, pottery. Literally, it could be shopping. I'm just kidding. Whatever it could be, I usually like to stick to hobbies that don't cost a lot of money because that could be a very dangerous game. Because at that point, I'd be like, my favorite hobby is going to Sephora and spending thousands of dollars. It just like a slippery slope. So, anyways, not that that's not a hobby that I love because you don't have to convince me. But I'm obsessed with hobbies, love them. And yeah, I think we can all use a little bit more romanticizing in our life. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I definitely did. I loved it. And I'm going to think of other ways to romanticize my life. And if I think of anything, I'll let you know. But also let me know in the comments how you romanticize your life because I would love to hear and maybe try it out. So yeah, I will see you guys on Tuesday in our next episode. Hope you have an incredible weekend or whenever you're listening to this week. And I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. If you enjoyed it, make sure to join the Trophy Life Club. It's a free community for the girls by yours truly, and it's on Instagram. It's just at Trophy Life Club. You can also follow me at Tara Kelly Smith on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. If you have an extra minute, I would also love and super appreciate if you would review the podcast. This will just help us reach more women who could use a little TLC, aka Trophy Life Club, in their life. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.